Welcome back to Digiburst, guys. We are with the first place winner of Nationals Oceania. Who are you?
Hi everyone, my name's Levi Bramble. I'm based in Sydney, Australia usually. And yeah, I can't believe I've came first place. I just want to give out some shout outs first before we go into the profile. First off, I want to shout to the team Monstrosity. It was the OG team I originally joined with some friends. They are part of No Josh Games on the Central Coast. They're a really nice community and they do awesome deals. If anyone wants to look them up online, they've got a website and they're always welcome to have new players. And the second shop I want to shout out to is my new local. I recently moved there a few weeks ago, or probably a month now, is Game Centre Narellan. A lovely bunch of people there. I made some very cool new friends. One of them also came top 3.
Nice
top
work.
4 I think, with Digimon, so that's pretty hype.
Oh yeah, I'll have that recorded, definitely.
Yeah, and we've been talking to each other all day and just going, how'd you go? I won. Oh, awesome. And unfortunately, we had to verse each other in the top 4 match, but it was all good. So yeah, that's who I wanted to shout out. And yeah, I guess we'll go into the deck profile now.
Awesome.
So starting off, pretty self-explanatory. Grandis, the 4 Yokomon, best egg. You can play 5, I guess, if you play Mimi, but I wouldn't use anything else. Next, we have the Kukuamon X Antibody, pretty self-explanatory. Searches all your pieces, well, all the insect pieces in the deck, and free draw. Next up is free to Kukuamon X. Kukuamon for BT10. Great card. The memory gain is really useful sometimes. If you can't go for game, you can just check a few checks with the piercing and get a memory. And obviously, if you pair this with the X Antibody, it's a draw 1 and a +1, so really good. Next up, we have 2 Terriermon, just some floodgates. They're really crucial in some matchups. Pretty good in this matchup if they have the Weedmon, because if they have the line with Weedmon, you can make it so they can't OTK you sometimes. And just really good in other matchups, of course, Melga. It's Terriermon. Then we have another floodgate, Pomamon. I had it in here for stuff like Marcimon, Jessmon, even Machinejamon, but fortunately it never really came up on weekend. I didn't use it to choke or stop any effects at all. Next up we have the level 4s. So just 11 rookies. The ratios in this list are a bit lower than usual, and you'll see why near the end, because I'm running a lot of spicy options for this list.
Exactly why I needed this list.
So for the champions, we have 4 Weedmons. Standard 4 of, it's your go-to. The 1-off memory always makes it so you can OTK usually if you have the level 5 lineup proper. And also just being cheap if you're choking, of course, helps. Because, we all know Grandis can brick. Another spicy tech is free Sneemon.
Sneemon! What is this doing here?
So a lot of people don't believe in this card or think it's not that great because if you draw it in hand, it's dead. Yeah, it's true. If you do draw it in hand, it's dead. But I really just love the ability to if your opponent, because usually when you're playing Grandis, right, you'll have a level 5 in the back ready to go for the OTK. That's alright, man. But if you don't have something on the field, if your opponent knows the Grandis matchup, they know they can't be killed, right? If they don't have a Tamer either, they know they're safe. So if they just start swinging randomly because they want to try and race you, they hit this insecurity, it comes out, all of a sudden, oh no, one body, the OTK line in the back, they are in lethal range, and it's just really good for that. And then also, yeah, it randomly comes up sometimes just to stop lethal. I also do value having a 2-cost champion in here. I know a lot of people when they make like green Grandis, like the traditional build. Oh, sorry, spoiler there. Like they just all play either the 1-cost or they play the Metal Carbuteriumon, which costs like 3 to evolve, hard evolve, or it's a 1-cost as well. So it just makes it like really hard to like do effective choking plays sometimes. So having the 2-cost does come up for like doing like effective choking points. And then finally, the last 2 champions are 2 Carbuteriumon. I did for a bit have this in and out of the list. But I decided no, I do still need blockers in the deck. Usually a lot of lists like play 4 of this because they think it's like, you know, just really good to have the blocker sometimes. I agree, it is, there are points where you need a blocker, but there's also just other points where you don't, or it does nothing, you know? Like, it's like if you're versing Black War Greymon X, like they could like Metal Greymon X to destroy it. But yeah, I still like to play 2 of just have the ability to block and just the 1-cost and insect. Just it's very synergetic with the deck still. Ultimates, I don't think we need to really explain what these are going to be. Sorry.
You forgot a champion.
Yeah, I did. And then yeah, the last 2. There's another spoiler what's happening later. 2 Korikakimon. So yeah, 2 blue hybrids. So if this doesn't give away that I'm playing Davis, I don't know what will. Yeah, just having the hybrid for game is just really beneficial. After very much testing a lot of games with like 1 or 2, I think 2 is the correct number. You just want to see it. Because if you have your Tamer and the thing in the back, it's game.
Easy.
Nothing much to think about it. And like obviously with Davis as well, it can be like an easy double hit, green and a blue. All right.
And Davis actually gets you closer to your win condition if you have the blue hybrid than a Mimi would, because the Davis can search the blue hybrid when Mimi can't. Exactly. And the Davis can do general searching for your line that Mimi can't.
Exactly. So like I just feel like Davis versus Mimi, it makes it all come together. Like Mimi is, don't get me wrong, it's a great tamer and provides amazing pressure, but when you're bricking, she does nothing. And you need like usually 2 Mimis all the time to even go for game with her on board, because you're going to have the stack in the back and come up then. You're not going to like have something on the field ready to be like Digivolve or blown up, you know? Yeah. So level 5s, I think it's pretty standard. 4 Cure X and 4 the promo.
No surprises?
No surprises. I don't think we need to explain too much what these do. Obviously, having the suspend on evolution over this is really good. To like
make sure you have enough memory in order to go into your next one up.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, no, yeah, that's a good point. The reduced cost one is a very important effect in the deck, and I think as a tip, sorry Grandis players, but if someone wants to like try and take against this, if you're playing like red or yellow or blue, the Digivolution cost could like really help like mess with this deck. But it's up to you, because obviously like against other matchups, I'm not sure how well they come up, but I think it does come up a little bit with this format. And then yeah, the broken promo card, Ice Wall, Piercing, enough said.
Nice.
And then yeah, obviously the next 4 Killer, 4 Grandis, put the nice one on top.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know what else to say about this. UTK and UTK Enabler.
Very nice.
Alright, we'll go on to the probably the spicy version of the thing now. As you probably saw with this, I am not playing Mimi, I am playing 4 Davis.
So 0 Mimi, 4 Davis.
Yep. We, like I said earlier, and as you explained, I just feel Davis is just much more high value for this deck. It is obviously a memory setter, which is huge for the deck. Being able to not be choked every turn is really good. Because there's nothing worse when you got like the level 5 in back and your opponent keeps choking it on 1 or 2, and you don't have the weed bot in the back or green memory boost, and you're like, this sucks. I can't go for the ATK because I don't have enough memory. So I feel like the free memory is always huge for just doing your plays. It's super good being checked in security because unlike like say green memory boosts where people might go like I've seen people like cut like only do 3 of this and 4 green memory boosts, but I like the opposite because it's a really good security check. That's another thing about this list as well. You're going to see it's very like defensive motive, and like if your opponent checks this in security, it's a free search on their turn, and yeah, it gets you your line faster.
And the memory setting can be huge when your opponent plants a choke.
Exactly. Gets you your Kuri Kakumons too. Always double hitting feels good off Davis. Like I said, I just feel it's just a much stronger pick than Mimi in this deck. Like I said, Mimi is great and great for pressure, but I just think for this green deck, it's not the right fit. Next up, we have, I think it's, oh yeah, I was thinking of, free green memory boost. Obviously, really good card, searches the pieces you need and gives you the extra energy to make your plays. I don't think we need to go else much over that.
Yeah, makes the deck highly consistent with the 3 boost and the 4 Davis.
Exactly. You want your consistency to be as high as possible. And I don't know, you could cut something for this, but I think this was the perfect ratio after testing for me.
I mean, it's true. You got in the first place.
Thank you. And then the next 5 cards are going to be the spicy text for this deck. The first off is 2 Megadeth. So this was huge all weekend. I think most people know how good Megadeth is. It's a really cheap option just to remove big bodies off board. It also helped hugely for the mirror match. Spoiler, I versed about 8 or 9 mirrors this whole weekend.
Wow.
Yeah. So I grew to know the mirror match really well, so by the time I got to the finals, I kind of had it down pat.
Nice.
And yeah, in the mirror as well, it's just, if you watch the stream, you'll see how big it came up. Like, if they're going to OTK you as this, like me playing this list, had the security knowing, okay, there's a chance I'll live. There's like a good chance they'll hit something good in there, and I'll have another turn to like get it back on the crackback.
Yeah.
The next option is the upgraded version of this, Gigadeth. This is probably the most spiciest card in the list. So Gigadeth can be kind of dead sometimes, but with the right plays, a lot of the time it's a really effective board clear. If you like have this in the back and you evolve like into level 5 and start making everything like a costless, and you like say have a Davis and a green memory boost. I know it sounds like a lot of setup, but you know, like as you play the game, it does come up, it does get there. You'll be like at 5, 6 memory maybe, and if you want to like clear the whole board like with like a few suspensions, you'll probably give them like anywhere between 3 to 5 memory.
And then you'll clear the OTK next turn.
Exactly, like, because then they have to like try and build up again. And against like some matches, like this came up in my Jesmon matchup.
Yeah.
I was able to clear a whole board of Jesmon GX and 5 or 6 system ones, I think it was. It was a crazy turn. I did leave on my 9, and unfortunately just like played 2 sisters and went Chimera one for game, but the fact that I was able to do that just probably like a test to the power of it. And also the security effect is like the same as Megadeth, but at bottom deck. So it's also just nice to have like that one of like, I guess, hard removal in the deck. So yeah, I really like loved having these 3 security bombs in the whole list just for like the OTK matchups this week, and I just felt like much safer going into them. And I knew there was going to be like a lot of Grandis, maybe some Melga, and then Blackwall Grandmon maybe not so much, but I found with the Blackwall Grandmon matchup, a lot of the times they'll get the protection, but they don't have the option card. In which case, these are all like very perfectly valid option removal cards to like return to level 6 or level 5 their hand. And yeah, the last 2 cards in the deck obviously are X80 Body, and Ice Wall.
Oh man.
Ice Wall, it's broken card. You know, there's a reason why it's at 1. It came up multiple times in the weekend, just having that extra defense and stopping the opponent from like coming up and OTKing really helped in a lot of matchups. And the X-Anti option, it comes up a lot for me, I found. So as a Grandis player, I think the biggest pain in the world is like having like Grandis Kawagumon in hand, but no Grand Kawagumon promo.
Yeah.
And you're like, this is just a vanilla. I don't want to evolve into it, but sometimes you're in a situation where you need to bring up your level 6, level 5 and go to level 6 and start like removing things off the board. The ex-ante option makes it so your Grandis Kawagumon's actually doing something, you know, it's removing 2 threats at a time and it's doing like multiple checks a turn. And just also having the option to like say, if your opponent thinks you only got like a level 4 on the field and they bring something up and go to level 5, like a 7k or 6k, maybe. Just having the ability to like evolve into like the Akumon X antibody also really helps. Or if you don't have the promo to like put underneath, you can put that underneath and then get the Akumon X suspension off to like maybe remove something. And just being also like a mini Hammer Spark came up multiple times in the weekend as well. Like messing with the numbers, making sure that like the turns now are like in disarray. Yeah, it was really good, and just, you know, the one still comes up because of the ability to add the hand is also really, really nice.
You obviously seem extremely satisfied with your build. Are you preparing for Worlds now? Are you ready to take it on?
Oh, I'm gonna have to be. I'm not sure. Is it gonna be like BT11?
It's March, mid-March, so it's probably BT11 then.
It'll be like BT11 with deals in one structure. Then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to really test the format and see.
The meta's gonna shift. The meta's gonna adapt. It's super early in BT11, so yeah, this will have to adapt, but definitely, absolutely deadly, and well deserving of first place.
No worries. Thank you.
Congratulations, man. Represent Oceania well.
I'll try.
All right.